Welcome to Positive Atheism English channel. Today in our program, My Life with Gora, an autobiography of Srimati Saraswati Gora, an atheist. I am going to continue the chapter 12, First Conflict. After the academic year of 1927-28 was over, Gora returned to Kakinada for vacation. PR College in Kakinada was where Gora went to school. In 1928, they started teaching botany to BA classes in that college. Vemuri Ramakrishna Rao, Gora's past teacher, was the principal of the college. He was very fond of his past student, Gora. So, he asked Gora to quit the Colombo job and join the Kakinada college. As this gave an opportunity for him to stay with his parents, and also since the Brahmo Samaj atmosphere in Kakinada college would be supportive of his ideas, Gora joined the Kakinada College as botany lecturer in July 1928. In September 1928, Gora took me and our baby to Kakinada. When I arrived in Kakinada, a serious incident took place that related to Gora. Gora removed his sacred thread since 1925. He did not publicize the fact much at that time, but after we had arrived in Kakinada, there was a conflict between father and son about this matter. My father-in-law was an orthodox person. He supported and conformed to the caste system. So his feelings were hurt a little when his son removed the sacred thread. He put pressure on Gora to put on the sacred thread again, but Gora did not yield to the pressure. He announced in clear terms that he no longer believed in the caste system, that he no longer believed in religion either, and that he became an atheist. Since my father-in-law was an honest theist, he couldn't tolerate his son's rebellion. He said he couldn't sit by his side to eat meals. If he couldn't eat sitting beside his father, that meant that Gora had no place in that home. That year in August, it was the full moon day of Kartika. It was customary to replace the old sacred thread with a new one on the full moon day of Kartika. That day, my father-in-law made a sacred thread himself and asked Gora to wear it. But Gora refused. With that, the father and son stopped even speaking to each other. This event caused a big uproar among relatives and friends. Gora tried to rent another house right away and move into it. In those days, refusing to wear the sacred thread, renouncing caste and religion, and announcing that one was an atheist constituted a big rebellion. So some friends and relatives ostracized Gora. It became hard even to rent a house. Kaustabam, who belonged to the Brahmo Samaj, rented us an apartment in his house. After he found the apartment, Gora came to Vijayanagaram and took me and our baby to Kakinada. We stayed with our father-in-law for a couple of days just to formally show our baby to him. Immediately after that, we moved into our rented quarters. The pain that their son was moving away tormented my father-in-law and mother-in-law more than the joy of seeing the granddaughter. Except for the differences of opinion regarding traditions and customs, there were no other differences between my father-in-law and Gora. My in-laws loved their son very much. Gora had great love for his mother and enormous respect for his father. So the parting was painful. My mother-in-law bade us goodbye in tears. My father-in-law had already retired by then. He had his own house built near the Fate tank in Old Kakinada and lived in it. I already mentioned that my father-in-law was orthodox and an ardent devotee of Shiva. He wrote many devotional songs. He and my mother-in-law used to sing them together well. He had already many disciples, so he used to receive Guru worship from them. He was never hateful or narrow-minded. He was broad-minded. My mother-in-law was a fitting wife to him. With a smile, she was always immersed in the contemplation of Shiva. She did everything tirelessly. I never saw her being angry. My mother, on the one hand, and my mother-in-law on the other were personifications of patience. I was influenced by both of them in this respect. The feeling that no matter how many differences arose regarding customs and manners nurtured an atmosphere free of hostility even in the middle of a conflict between father and son. That's why, with much affection and kindness, my mother-in-law dropped me and my baby off at our new apartment herself. Everyone's feelings were somewhat hurt that such a situation arose. Everyone must do what they believe to be right. We must think logically about our beliefs. Even though differences of opinion bring about painful parting of ways, it is possible to live above hatred. I will narrate an incident in this context. It's something that had happened when we were still living with my in-laws after we returned from Ceylon. And from here, I shall continue in the next episode again. Thank you.
For more videos, please subscribe to our Positive Atheism English channel presented by Samaram channels, which has crossed more than 20 crore views. Please like, subscribe and share our videos, and for notification of our new videos, please click the bell icon.